Magandang Lunes sa inyong lahat. 74 days na lang, Pasko na. Welcome sa October 12, 2020 edition ng The Stock Market Today. Ako po si Benji Chidoro, nag-aanyaya na samahan ninyo ako at sabay natin tingnan ang pinaka-latest na balita tungkol sa Converge, ang resulta ng trading sa PSE, kasama na rin po ang balita sa NBA Finals sa pagitan ng Los Angeles Lakers at Miami Heat. Ngayong araw, October 12, 2020, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Bago pong lahat, basahin po muna natin ang ating mga reminders. At habang binabasa po natin ito, kung first time nyo dito sa ating channel, ay nag-start lang po akong magbigay ng daily stock market report noong August. I invite you to subscribe to my channel para tayo laging updated sa mga balita at impormasyon tungkol sa stock market at ang mga active stocks sa merkado. Ako po ay isang retired employee ng isa sa pinakamalaking bangko sa Pilipinas. Naging OFW din po ako nung ma-assign po ako sa aming branch sa Hong Kong bilang head ng compliance. Mga 8 months din po ako namalagi sa ibang bansa. At pagkatapos noon ay na-assign po ako sa biyaya ng Diyos na maging Chief Compliance Officer ng isang subsidiary ng bangko. Since early 2000 ay nag-start po ako mag-invest regularly sa ETFs at pagkatapos ay sa stocks. Salamat po at tignan po muna natin ang ating mga balita. Ang una nating balita ay tungkol sa Converge. Ang offer period niya ay magsisimula ngayong linggo ito. Yung final offer price niya ay 16.8 per share, lower than the registration statement price of 24 billion. Dati 24 pesos per share, naging 19, and then it settled at 16.80. And they say that this is the largest IPO since Robinson's Retail Holdings of 28 billion in 2013. So this starts this week. Ang pwede nyo pong gawin ay mag-register as a local small investor sa PSE EC, because you can invest up to 1 million. Ito yung second paragraph. It has increased the maximum subscription amount for local small investors up to 1 million per investors. But you'll have to register that in advance because you will have to identify who your broker is. So if you already have already registered with the PSE, then you can avail of the Converge offer period on the Converge shares within this week or within the offer period. Okay, our next news will be about ABS CBN. You see, ABS CBN had already reached 30 million subscribers in YouTube, so they plan to further expand their digital presence. And ABS CBN Corp will further expand its digital presence after the YouTube channel of its entertainment show hit 30 million subscribers. That is a landmark in terms of subscriber volume. And it has logged 38.8 billion lifetime views, ranking first among the most watched YouTube channels in the Philippines and 10th in the world this year. And they plan to enhance its digital presence to reach many viewers as possible and produce content that gives them entertainment, inspiration, and relief. It will be noted that ABS CBN had an agreement with Zoe Broadcasting, which involves the provision of entertainment, public service, and educational content, which started last Saturday. And finally, our news is on the NBA Finals. The Los Angeles Lakers wins the 2020 NBA Finals against the Miami Heat 4-2. So in Game 6, the Lakers won 106-93 against Miami. Yan po ang balita natin regarding the NBA and the stock market. Pero meron po tayong PSE. Tingnan po natin ang PSE. Let's take a look at the PSEI. How did the PSEI fare today? Okay, the PSEI ended in the green, 5.44 points or 0.09. Actually, it barely moved. The PSEI ended at 5937.05. With net foreign selling again, this time 436.79 million. If you'll take a look at the summary, 105 companies advanced, 96 declined, while 42 companies remained unchanged. Total volume was 11.13 billion, valued at 5.34 billion. There was net foreign selling of 436.79 million. As for the indices, the sectoral indices all ended in the green except the holding companies, which had a 0.62% decline. The advances were led by mining at 3.08%, while the all share indices reflected a 0.22% increase. So let's take a look at the most active stocks. So today we will be reviewing Dito, TEL, Ali, MPI, ICT, ACEN, now NIKL, SMPH, IDC, and ABS. So let's take a look at the first stock. Okay, let's take a look at Dito. Dito had a red candlestick today, but it ended flat at 616, meaning that the closing price was the same as the closing price of the previous day. So 0% siya. Now, Dito will continue well with the behavior of the candlestick now that there is a red candlestick. I see that the stock will continue to or will be moving sideways. And I see the support at 550 while the resistance is at 6.97. Yun po ang tingin ko sa Dito. The next stock will be TEL, the second most active stock. TEL had a red candlestick today. It declined by 18 points at 1292. And it is resting at a support level of 1292. Within that area is the support level. So I expect the stock to bounce if there is enough volume for it in the following day. However, if it continues its downward trend, I see the next support of Dito here, 1255. Ito yung next support level niya kung tuloy-tuloy siyang bumaba. Okay, the next stock that we will review is Ali. Okay, si Ali naman is still moving sideways, and I think it will still continue to move sideways. It ended in the red today at 0.40 points, and the support is now at 2944, while the resistance is 3080. So I expect the stock to move within the support and resistance in the coming days. So next that we will review will be MPI. MPI had very good volume in the past 5 days or 6 days, but right now they had a red. It was a red candlestick on a profit taking siya today. So I remember last Friday I was reviewing the stock, and I was saying that it will probably be moving higher because of volume, but apparently the doji here was a sign of reversal in which manifested today by the profit taking here. So with this manifestation of the stock, I expect the movement will be within the will consolidate. Will consolidate first before it will move higher. So na-reach na po niya kasi yung breakout point. Normally, if there is a breakout, it is followed by volume, then magko-consolidate po muna yan, or what you call a pullback. Pullback po yung tawag sa consolidation after a breakout. And it may consolidate parang ganito. dito nagkaroon ng breakout, tapos nag-consolidate, tapos tumaas siya, no? Kapareho din dito, nag-breakout siya, may breakout, nag-consolidate, or nag-pull back, tawag natin dyan ay pull back, pagkatapos nag-move higher na naman. So this is a lower high, this is a higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, tama, higher high, lower high, until we reach this point here. Okay, so I expect the stock to move sideways in the following days before it will move higher, because I believe that the share buyback transaction would probably push the stocks higher. Okay, next stock that we will review is ICT. Okay, ICT, I drew a trend line here, and it's not actually a straight channel, it's sort of a wedge, which narrows as time passes. So here, if you will see the EMA 20, it is almost always under the candlestick. So right now, it moved higher with a 3.81%, and it has been moving in an upward trend. So I expect the stock with enough volume to move higher in the coming days. It may move sideways, probably do some profit taking in the following days, but the pattern that I see is that the general movement would be an upward movement. So it's now at 120, and this started the upward trend started here. This three candlestick here started the trend, especially here when while this appears to be a dragonfly doji, there was a lot of volume, and this apparently caused a gap up, and now we are now at this level here. So I see the next resistance of ICT to be in this level, 123. 123, 124 area. So our next stock would be ACEN. By the way, if you want me to review your stock, please drop a comment in my comment box, and I will try my best to review it for you. Okay, ACEN, there is a channel, and there's an upward channel, and there is a breakout. Now, kasi ang naging pattern niya is that breakout, consolidate, breakout, consolidate, and another breakout. So it may continue in the second or third day, similar to this here. Nag-breakout siya dito with volume. Normally, a breakout is a long green candlestick with volume. The following day, tataas pa rin yan, pero with reduced volume, pero meron pa rin. And usually, it declines on the fourth or fifth day. So nagkakaroon ng profit taking, pero hindi siya bumababa, hanggang support lang siya. In other words, pataas pa rin ang kanyang movement. Ganun din ang nangyari dito. So, umakyat siya, there is an above average volume, lumiit yung candlestick, tapos nag-surge ulit, tapos nag-surge pa ulit, tapos nagpahinga ng ilang araw to, mga 2 weeks to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, mga 3 weeks. Ito naman, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17. Ito naman, mga 4 weeks. Actually, about 4 weeks bago siya nag-surge ulit. So, here, maaring pwede ka pang pumasok the following day. Tignan mo lang kung hindi masyadong malaki yung gap up. So here, for instance, in the last breakout niya, ang gap up lang niya is kapantay lamang yung closing price niya, nag-opening price the following day, which is just about the closing price of the previous day. Ganon din dito. Ganon din dito. Ganon din dito. Ito naman, nag-open siya below the closing price. Pero, kung mag-gap up yan, say halimbawa, dito, mataas. Yan, kung dyan nag-start yan, we have to be careful because baka ang mangyayari dyan, bumagsak siya. No? One thing that is positive about the stock is the volume. So every time there is a breakout, there is volume. So, I expect the stock to move higher. Pwede pa tayong pumasok dito the following day. Pero kung yung third day ka na papasok, ingat lang tayo dyan. Diba? So, you can ride the breakout up to day 3 in the case of ACEN. But, make sure that you have your risk management ready. Okay, let's proceed to the next stock. Let's take a look at now. Okay, now had a gap up, but it ended in the red, meaning the closing price is lower than the opening price. When I say gap up, I meant that the opening price was higher than the previous day's closing price, and it had a red candlestick because the sellers pushed the price lower and ended in the red at 468, which is lower than the closing price yesterday. So right now, I see the stock moving sideways with a support of 432 and a resistance of 595 to 6. So it follows the movement also of dito and C. So our next stock that we will review will be NIKL. NIKL naman, 5.13% increase. And you see that there is inverted hammer, pero meron siyang volume. Pero take note that there is a gap. So it opened at a price higher than the closing price, and it ended at a higher price. It even reached 384. Pero sellers pushed the prices down to end at 369. Kaya lang meron siyang tinatawag na gap dito. And normally, that gap will have to be filled anytime soon. In the meantime, I expect the stock to move within the 398 support or 398 resistance and a 341 support level. Kasi NIKL follows the prices of gold there. Kung tumaas ang gold, tataas din siya, I think. Okay, so let's take a look at another stock. Well, not precisely gold, but the price of NIKL. Kasi NIKL follows the price of NIKL in the world market. So let's take a look at SMPH. Okay, I drew a wedge in the SMPH stock. I see the support at 30.24 and I see the support at 29 and resistance at 30.24. But you will see the movement of the stock is kind of narrow because of this wedge here. And I just expect the stock to move within the support and the resistance level. Today it had a solid green candlestick but with below average volume. Kaya baka tomorrow mag-move lang siya sideways or baka mag-profit taking. Okay, the next is IDC. IDC had a green candlestick, but there is again a gap here, and because there is volume, but the volume is just a little above average, magkaano lang yan, mag-move lang siya between the present support and resistance, which I plotted resistance at 315 and support at 234. So sideways lang ang movement ni IDC. Kaya if you wanted to do range trading, you can probably enter at this level at 234 and exit at this level at 315. And finally, we have ABS. I think red day si ABS. Yun, nag-profit taking siya. Meron siyang gap dito Fill up nitong red candlestick. I expect ABS to move within support and resistance. And this I already see at 12.24, the support, and the resistance I see at 16.04. But eventually, I know ABS CBN is a very good company, and aakyat yung stock na yan. And will probably settle at their previous level here at 16 to 17. Kasi if you see the stock, tumaas na siya up to 24, 25, or 24.50, 24.60. So, in the near future, I see ABS CBN moving within that range. Babalik siya sa dati niyang level. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market, October 12, 2020. Lunes, ito po si Benji Chidoro, laging nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Magkita-kita po tayo muli sa next episode. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik.